Hi everyone. Today's episode, I want to look at um do you really need to travel more to have something to write about? That's the thing I want to look at in this today's episode. Yeah. And there's this saying that traveling is part of education, right? It's a reason to get more experience and all that. And the funny thing is that there are a lot of writers who have written and they've probably never left their community or state in their life. Like they grew up there and they wrote a story. The funny thing, and I think I saw this quote too, is that sometimes we go out there looking for something. And all this while we're looking for that thing we're looking for has been within our grasp. Like it has been there staring us right in the face, and we're looking at us right in the face. And so we spend our years, we spend our time, we spend our days trying to look for, trying to go find something, whereas that thing has always been with us all this while. So the first thing I would say is that you have enough stories in your life. Like if you start to go around, in your community and start talking to neighbors, right? Getting to know their story. No, I'm not going to say put a mic and say, hey, but just be inquisitive, just genuinely care and ask these people. And you start, you know how many stories you see? Stories like by the time you ask 5, 7 people, you see more than enough stories that you yourself like, wow, there's much work to be done, right? So oftentimes traveling, there's nothing bad with traveling, going from cultures to cultures and everything. But oftentimes we try to find something out there only for us to realize when we get there that all this while the thing we've been searching for has been right with us. We didn't have to cross mountains, we didn't have to cross oceans to find it. But if you're traveling is awesome, it's wonderful. Okay, so first of all, let's look at some points to break this myth. Many acclaimed works are set in ordinary places, right? Many archaic works are set in ordinary places. And also forget, depending on the genre of writing you're doing, you can create your own world of feeling, of fiction, of story. You can build your own world, right? But many of the in ordinary places, like in your house, in your bedroom, a lot of things are in ordinary places. But your task is to make that ordinary place seem extraordinary. That's where your writing comes in. That's where your skill comes in. That's where your ability comes in as a writer or manner of storytelling. That's where it comes in. Because yeah, it's ordinary, but even the story idea itself is ordinary. But how are you going to uniquely write the ordinary and make it seem extraordinary? I think Shakespeare once said that the job of a writer is to make the old seem new and the new seem old, right? That's the job of a writer. So the question is, how do you have that skill to do that, right? Traveling, I keep telling you, don't let traveling itself stop you from doing the job. If you travel, awesome, great, you have experience to write about. But if you don't let that stop you from doing the from writing. Okay, and one of the things I always say on past episodes overcoming now, I've been saying this. Let's ask ourselves, what do I have? I'm in this community, I'm in this environment, I'm in this state, I'm in this place, this house. That's what I have. Okay, what can I write? What can I create with it? Then start asking questions. Don't just run into statements. Say, "Oh, I've not really traveled. I've seen the world. I don't need." There are a lot of writers that didn't travel the world, yet they've written a lot of great works too, right? Okay. So the next thing is your depth of observation matters than breadth of experience. Your depth of observation matters than your breadth of experience. Your depth of observation. How can you see the things so that when I read your story, I'm like, man, this his words are just enchanting. How does he even do it? How does he even do it? Right? How does he even do it? Like the words are just each one pulls me in. I feel I see it. Like I'm reading it, but I would rather read it than watch a movie. And then when I finish reading the work and I watch the movie, I'm like, this movie is absolutely trash. Even though the movie, the producer, they try their best, I'm like, it can't measure up as much as the book itself. Because the book is just legendary. Right? So what you should be thinking of is, how do I build my observation skills? And one thing you should know that with a writer, you have the license, the poetic license, the writing license to create things. So you can actually create a word of yours. You could actually create a word meshed with this word, but it's different in a way, right? It's very fiction. Like, yeah. And you need to know how to see the ordinary. Like oftentimes we are looking for everybody's looking out to see the extraordinary. But look out to see the ordinary. Like look at it and see it. Like be extraordinary at seeing the ordinary things. And you'll be able to create a masterpiece. I don't know, but maybe not. So the other thing is that universal themes can be explored in any settings. Like, yeah, universal themes like love, loss, memory, death, fear, hatred, all those things. You can jealousy, you can explore them in any setting. So you don't have to move from here to China or Japan. All these stories, they happen in every place of the world, right? Even in islands, these themes, they exist, they happen. So the question is, how open your eyes to start seeing them. And because once you have this mindset that the stuff is not there, you won't see it. But if you're like, oh, it's there, I just need to look a bit closer and I'll see it. These themes are there. You can explore them in any setting, right? In any setting. Okay, so I have with me a couple of practical advice for what you could do. The first one I have is practice keen observation of your immediate surroundings. If possible, you could have a writer's notebook where what you just do is you write detailed description of the world around you, of things you've noticed, of the car, the book, the road, and all those things. And that could be an exercise you work on. You want to explore your local area with a tourist eye, because familiarity sometimes allows us to have a story, and you can explore a story. Period. That's just the thing. Okay. If you want to practice keen observation of your immediate surroundings, take note of the ordinary as well as the extraordinary. You want to explore your local area with a tourist eye. That way you're able to see. Because a lot of times we're so familiar with these things that nothing is new to us, nothing is special to us. There's this place. That's the road we pass. What's so special about it? And this people snapping photos like, dude, what's that? Get out of my way. What are you snapping photos for? This is not the whatever landmark you might think is worthy enough to be snapped or something like that. You want to draw from your unique life experiences and perspectives, right? You want to draw. That's where keeping a journal comes in. When you keep a journal, you're able to gather ideas of things that are happening in your life, real life experience and perspective too. And then you can use that as a starting point and a springboard to write your stories. Okay. The next thing is you want to use research and imagination to supplement your knowledge, right? You want to interview people, you want to ask questions and all those things, and that way you're able to get a body of knowledge and all those things to immerse yourself so much in the craft, and with your imagination and creativity create something that is beautiful, that people start asking themselves, wow, this is so awesome, this is a masterpiece, this is wonderful, this is an excellent piece of work, right? But you can use research and imagination to supplement your knowledge. Okay, so there's this quote from Flannery O'Connor that said, anybody who has survived his childhood has enough information about life to last him the rest of his days. Wow. I guess you survived your childhood watching this. You have enough information. You have enough experience to about life to write about it. And in a way, it's true because I see there's this book by Diary of by a young girl. She was very pretty young when she wrote that book, the diary. And book, when you read the book, you understand. But you have enough. Like, let's stop focusing. Let's stop focusing. As a rule, let's stop focusing on the things we don't have, of the places we've not been, of the things we cannot do, and instead focus on the things we have, the places we've been, and the things we can do, and use those things to create what you can create with what you have right now, and stop wishing that, oh, I wish I had. What do you have now? Use it to do what you want to do. And don't say, oh, I need to travel, because when you travel, you're like, oh, humans are everywhere, and wherever humans are, there are stories, and that's the thing. Okay, so your writing challenge for this episode is to find inspiration close to home. Write a short piece about an object unseen in your immediate environment. Write a short piece about an object or scene in your immediate environment. And if you love to send me an audio message, you can go to buildwriting.com/speak. And if you love to join the newsletter, you can go to buildwriting.com/newsletter. Okay, if you found this episode valuable, please do subscribe or follow to never miss an episode from us. And then I'd love to hear from you. Send me an audio message at buildwriting.com/speak. My name is Oyemi Chino Akonam, and I've been your host of the Build Writing Podcast. And until next time, keep writing.